Hey guys, so I am back with another video. I've been working on this one for the last couple months during quarantine, and you might be able to see, but this is my updated kit setup. So I've been doing tons of research over the last couple months, been on Zoom calls, seminars, IG lives, following a whole bunch of artists on IG, basically trying to update my kit according to COVID-19. The goal for us in the beauty industry is to return back to work safely for ourselves and our clients. And the main goal is to really protect our kit, downsize it, make sure everything is covered to prevent the spread of coronavirus. So I've pretty much kept most of the same makeup, but I've packaged it differently. And I'm going to show you my new setup. It's the same Zucca bag, the same makeup light, but I have everything packed kind of differently. So I'm going to go ahead and show you, first of all, the setup, and if you've seen my last couple of kit videos, this part might be the same, but I'll show you anyways. Okay, so this is basically my whole setup minus my chair. So I'm still using the Zucca bags, and it comes with the Zucca saddle bag, so I have those two little side bags that sit across the top. I have the original makeup light bag, which I used to carry my light as well as some other things, and now I'm experimenting with a new adjustment head for the makeup light because I'm thinking of not bringing a tripod anymore and just using this one clip piece and attaching it to the handle of my Zucca. So that way I don't have to worry about a tripod because that takes a lot of room. So inside here, this is where I kind of put the things that I need to get last minute. So I have a touch-up makeup bag. This has not changed. These are just little tools in a clear bag. And then I have like some extra trash bags, and this is also where I'll put my cell phone and my personal items and some snacks. So if I open up this main bag here, you'll see these 3 bags right here, and this is pretty much like my PPE, sanitation, and cleaning items. I want it to be like separate so that way I could grab them before I even start makeup and put them away last after I've cleaned up. So I'll show you what goes in each of these bags in a second, but the rest of the space is pretty much for the different lighting attachments for the makeup light. But I love this bag because it attaches to the back of the handle of my Zucca because it has this little luggage strap right here. So basically it just sits on the handle and I can just drag my light and my kit all in one, and in my other arm I might have my makeup chair, which I have in a bag, and maybe a purse. Alright, so if we look at the Zucca, inside here, so inside here is pretty much the same. I still have the Zucca bags, but they're packed differently within the Zucca bag. So basically I'll take all these out, put them on a table, and I'll show you that in a second. And then in here I have things I need to grab quickly, like a fan, scissors, a mirror. I love that this is all plastic so I can wipe the inside of it out. You can even wash and take away this lining and put it back. There's also a Zucca case cover, which I don't really use. Okay, so in this first saddle bag, that's actually a cooler bag, so I could put snacks and water in there if I want to, which I do sometimes. But right now it's holding my brush holder. So this is what I'm going to start to do, is pack individual brush sets for each client so I don't have to clean them in between. I used to use this Cazzetti vessel, which I really liked. I would keep one end it opens so I can keep one end for the dirty brushes and the clean. But I found that this takes a lot of room up and it smashes my bristles, where this one is a little bit wider and it folds flat. So I can get a couple of these and just stick them in here. And it's clear, I can see it, it's easy to clean. So far I'm liking this. I might get a couple of more of them for multiple clients in one gig. I also just randomly have some extra paper towels, tissues, and a cape for my clients. I'm trying to buy some pop-up diaper wipe containers to put my tissues and paper towels, but I haven't gotten those yet. So these are just some extras. So basically at the end of the gig, I'll put my dirty brushes back in here, and there's a little extra space in case I need it for soiled items. Okay, so here's the other side of the saddle bag. Both sides have pockets where I just usually throw some pens and business cards. Inside here, I have a little kit for hair just in case. I don't do hair, but I might have to do a little bit. So I have brushes. I mainly use the clips to hold my client's hair back, but I have like some essentials just in case. This is also where I keep my pigments and glitters. So I'm using new 5-gram containers, which are like flip top. So everything packs nicely inside here, and I can clean the inside of this and wipe it down when I need to. And it has the little clasp, so you can kind of tighten and loosen it as needed. Okay, so now I'm going to go over what's inside each of these Zuka bags, and I'm going to lay it out on a table and show you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you are the sanitation bags. I have a full video on these, which I recorded for an IGTV with the Industry Makeup Academy, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but check out that video, which I'll link below, because I go into excruciating detail about sanitation and how to clean and all that stuff. But I'll show you what's in here really quickly. Again, these bags are from Amazon. I have my cleaning bag with all my sprays, my disinfectants, my alcohol, soap, etc. I love how it's so clear and I can see everything, so I don't necessarily need to pull everything out. I can keep it protected inside and only grab it as I need it, because everything that you grab, you pretty much have to sanitize the outside of it and put it back. In here I have some metal spatulas, palettes, some palette paper, everything that I need to kind of not double dip. I have my UVC sanitation wand. Inside this is actually a baby wipes container, so I can downsize my wipes. I have tissues and paper towel, so the paper towel will be to clean. Tissues I'm going to use to basically wipe powders on a tissue and then work from the tissue as opposed to double dipping into powder. And then I have a black laundered hand towel, which will lie underneath all my makeup stuff, so that way I don't have to have it touching any surfaces, and then I can launder this and be good to go. So the next bag is my PPE bag. So this is all my protective gear. I have a face shield, nitrile gloves, because latex allergies, gotta be careful about those. I also have some disposable masks, which I can use between different clients, or if I have to give one to a client. And I also have my reusable cloth black face mask. Trying to keep the waist down and just reuse things. This is my soiled bag, so everything that's dirty, like my brushes, my tools, I can just throw in here at the end of the gig, so that way it doesn't touch any of my clean stuff. I have this mini trash can. It's actually a car trash can I bought from Amazon. I will link everything below on that Amazon page, which will be called COVID-19 Essentials. But basically it pops up and it has a cover, so basically the cover protects the waste from being exposed to everything else. And I'm just going to line it with a little doggy poop bag and set it on the table wherever I'm working. I also have a bunch of these recyclable bags. You can use these to throw dirty brushes in, or even give it to your client if they need to put their phone or any personal items in there so it doesn't touch your surface or your work area. And you can just launder those, and these are the doggy little poop bags I can use for trash bags. Okay, so we're on to the individually packed Zuka bag. So this is my skincare bag. So everything is individually packed in its own separate bag. So when I'm on a gig, basically I'll have this sitting on the table just like this, so I can see everything I'm working with. And these bags, again, are from Amazon. I will link them. So I have my skincare bag, so you can see everything in here. I depotted a lot of my skincare into smaller tubes. So these little airless pumps have like my moisturizers that used to take up so much room, and I've been using these little bottles for liquids for a while, and everything is labeled, and again you can see it, and only grab what you need. I love that it's so thin that it lays super flat in the Zuka, but it can also sit upright. The next bag is primer, so I did the exact same thing. Everything is kind of upright. I depotted some of them, and it has all my depotted primers as well as my facial sprays. This one is for makeup removers. I noticed that everybody is getting the Neutrogena individual wipes, which are very handy. They don't dry out, and you can just use one per client. I have some face rounds. So those are great because you can put a tissue around them and then wipe a blush, get it good on there, and that's almost like another compact. So you don't have to double dip into the powder like I was saying before. These are Oil of Olay cleansing wipes. I love these. These are what I use to clean and exfoliate faces if I need to. And then I have some sprays that like micellar water. I have It Cosmetics melting facial oil too to take off makeup. And then the last one is like sponges and like tools. I have Q-tips in its own little container. I have sponges and puffs, individual and new. I am not carrying beauty blenders anymore because those have been kind of controversial whether or not you can clean them all the way because you can't really get to the inside. So I will use the Alcone wedge sponges instead, which are disposable. So yeah, that's everything for skincare. And like I said, it all fits nicely in the bag. It stacks like this, and then you just zip it up. So my next bag is for lips, lipsticks, lip colors. I have another one of these clear bags. This has all of my like 5-gram jars, my disposable lip wands, and some Ziploc baggies. So basically I'll give these touch-ups to my client if they need to touch up their lips. In this little bag I have gloss, lip gloss. And these bags are the same, I just add a label to them. This is liquid lipsticks, and this is lip liners. So these little bags came with a whole bunch of like set bags and like makeup train cases that I've had in the past. But if you don't have these ones are just as good because they're small and they can kind of fit easily. I like that things aren't loose in this Zuka bag anymore, because before things would fall out and it was kind of hard to find things. But when they're pre-sorted, it's easy to put away and clean up, as well as just getting what you need. And again, you can sanitize the outside of these bags because they're all plastic. And then the last thing in here is another one of these longer clear bags. This has all my lipstick palettes. So I have my Anastasia, my Viseart, and then I depotted a whole bunch of lipsticks into a Z palette in these little round pans. So this is all my lipstick. So nice, and like you can see both sides. I love it. It's so much easier to find things. Next we have foundation. So this is where I keep all of my like skin stuff that's like tinted. So I have in here illuminators. I love liquid illuminators. I depotted all of them into these individual pumpless jars from Amazon. So I save so much room and I can actually use more colors. Love that. This is all my smaller foundations, my Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Covers in the pro sizes, as well as some Make It Forever Adjuster Correcting Colors. So I didn't really change this bag. This is what it was like before. And then I have another clear bag. These are all my Make It Forever liquid foundations. They were in these individual bottles already, but I use this new bag, and I like it because it's like, you can see it and it lays flat. And then I have my Eve Pearl concealer palette because I use this a lot and it fit right there perfectly in that corner. And then the last bag is another one of these square clear bags, and it shows my foundation palette. So it's cool because you can face the label on the outside. So this is the warm palette, which I use the most. The Global Corrector palette, these are from Graftobian. I use that almost every single client. And then the neutral palette I use mainly on my like Caucasian fair skin, like neutral tone clients. And then I carry the 2 5-pan palettes in the lightest shade, which is ultralights, and then darkest shade. So this is all of my cream foundations. And again, it just fits it so perfectly. I love that. And then when you're done, you just stack it up, and it's so easy to pack away. So like I said, if I was on my gig, I would have it open like this, like standing up. So I can just like flip through and just like grab what I need, but it's still in its plastic case, so it's protected from any sneezing, coughing, anything like that. So this bag is the same. This has all of my lash stuff. I got this, again, it was part of a Taz Mara like set bag, which it was like a whole clear bag with a bunch of like containers. I like these because they're so small and like compact, because they're kind of structured, but they're clear at the same time. So the new thing I put in here are basically like my tweezers and my glues. I added, which I didn't used to use this before, I used to just use regular tweezers. I added one of these lash applicators because it's harder now for me to put lashes on with gloves. So I figured that might help me out. And this is my View Set case with my lashes that I cut up so I can fit like literally like 20 pairs of lashes in here. I did this a long time ago, and I know people are starting to do it now, so that's pretty cool. And then I have some individual lashes in different lengths. I don't take these and put them into like a View Set or anything because they already have a cover and they're already kind of tightly packed. So everything fits in there, and that actually fits in the Zuka as well, like stacked with the other ones, kind of like this. I slide it in on the side and it fits in there. Next we have powders. Okay, so this one is pretty simple. I have mainly palettes that I had depotted all of my products in like long time ago into Z palettes. So I have it like this. So this plastic bag is within the bag. So basically on the gig, it will sit up like this. And I have the labels on the spine, so I know what they are and I can grab them easily. So I'll show you a couple of them. So if I want to grab my MAC MSF Natural Powders, these are our domed Z palettes. I just pull it out and I have all my colors right here. If I want to grab my blushes, these are all my depotted favorite colors. One palette. I've rearranged this a couple times because I used to have 2 blush palettes, but I've got it down to 1 because I noticed that some colors I wasn't really using a lot. These all fit nicely in this, like, again, a clear bag. Clear bags are your makeup artist's best friends. And then in the front of the bag, I have 2 palettes, which I did not depot because it just wasn't worth it. One of them is my Cosetti highlight and contour palette. I love this one because it has such dark shades. I don't use it too often, but I just like to have it just in case I work with some deeper skin tones. And then the last thing I have, which I didn't depot, is my Urban Decay All Nighter powder. This powder is really nice. It's got a slight tint to it so it doesn't go ashy, but it's a great like last minute touch-up powder to hit the hot spots of the face. And I keep it loose because I might grab it and throw it in the touch-up bag. So I don't want to have it in a big old like Z palette. So that goes flat into the Zuka bag. And then I have my powders in this little mini container. I used to have it loose, but just in case it spills, this is a nice little safeguard, and it's like kind of fits it perfectly. But this is really old as well. I change out the powders from time to time. I've recently added NARS Mountain powder, which I love for like deeper skin tones as a setting powder. And I added Laura Mercier Glow in here, which is a great like dewy setting powder. But this stack is from Makeup Forever. So I love that it's so slim and you can hold so many shades. But I've seen some people have these small little, they almost look like pumps, but it has like a stem and you just squeeze the powder out of it. And I think that's actually really easy because it is kind of messy getting powder out of here. So I'm thinking about that. Maybe transitioning into those, but they won't fit as well in here. So that powder stack fits perfectly in the corner. So I don't know, have you guys tried anything like that? Let me know. Okay, and then the last bag is eyeshadow and all eye stuff. So this one has changed a little bit. I use this little bag. This bag is actually from Graftobian. A lot of these clear bags are. This is all my brow pencils, my spoolies. I have my brow gels. And I also put in my brow powders in a small square Z palette. So it's convenient because everything brows is in this one little bag. And I don't have to kind of reach for multiple areas like I used to. And it fits so flat, so that's really convenient. This is where all my pencils are. These pencils used to be in a different bag, but I was able to fit them here. I have a million pencils. Like, I just love having colored pencils if I don't have, if I want an eye color to really pop like as a base. Inside here, this is new. I put all my mascaras and again, spoolies again. So one thing I would recommend doing on an individual client is having a small like Ziploc bag or just a tiny clear bag with disposables just for each client, so you don't have to kind of keep going back to the main stash. So I would put like 2 spoolies, a lip wand, maybe 2 sponges, stuff like that, so that way it's really quick and easy and it's like nice and safe and separate. But yeah, this is all my mascaras. This bag is what I used to I've had it forever. It's like my everything like I need every single time for eyes. So I have like eye primers, a sharpener, some of the black and brown pencils I use for everybody, stuff like that. So that's in this baggie. And then the last one is another clear bag that I just happen to have laying around, but it perfectly fits the Z palettes. So these are all my eyeshadows. I actually recently did a depotting video, which I'll link below, and I condensed my kit into 3 palettes of eyeshadows. This is it. I'm so excited because before it was kind of like I had 2 Z palettes and a couple of random palettes. So the way I organized it, oh shoot, this is totally correct. I'm gonna have to fix this. But anyways, this is my neutral mattes. I'm not even gonna show you that because I think because all of my depotting, sometimes you have casualties. This one in here is like my colors. So I have some fun colors, but really I think all of us makeup artists know you don't use the crazy colors quite as much. So I just consolidated that down. And then in here I have more neutral shimmer colors, which will pair nicely with the neutral mattes. So that is everything, you guys. Everything updated in my kit. What I would recommend that you guys do is do a couple of run-throughs at your house or at your studio before you even have a client, and see how you want to set up. See if this new setup works for you. You know, lay out your disposables and your sanitizing stuff, and see how long it takes you to set up and clean up. And wear your gear, you know, so that way when you go back in, you're not like overwhelmed. Because I will tell you, I teach at the makeup school with a face shield and a mask and gloves, and it was kind of overwhelming at first. I got a little dizzy, so it does take getting used to, but we gotta do what we gotta do, right? So again, everything will be linked below. All the videos, all the plastic bags and containers to the Amazon links will be below. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm actually going to repack some of this stuff now into a smaller Zuka backpack because I have an individual client gig coming up, so I want to kind of only pack for her, and I'll do a separate video on that. But if you have any questions, leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check me out on Instagram at makeupbyrenren and at my blog makeupbyrenren.com. And please subscribe and share. It's so weird because a lot of you guys have been following me for a while, but people are like, I didn't know you still made videos, and it's because of the algorithm. So if you subscribe and you share, you'll still be in the loop. So I really appreciate your following me all these years, and hello to all the new subbies. And I hope this is helpful, and that's why I do it. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.